everybody.
Hey, are
Welcome
we
back
back live?
We're here. We are live, I think. I don't know. I mean, I guess I pushed all the right buttons and hopefully we're here. Hello, welcome. We just made it. Welcome to Office Hours. My name is Andrew Hochradel.
I'm Nick Longo.
There we go, got it. And we are your hosts and your guides through this journey called life. More this journey called design. We are going to be giving you feedback on your portfolios, and this whole show is for you to level up, to step up, to learn, and to grow in your creative careers. My name is Andrew Hochradel. I run Hoch.co. I do a little bit of everything, a little bit of online conferences, a little bit of hosting, a little bit of streaming, a little bit of design. So whatever you want, as long as it's creative, I'll do it. Nick, who are you? Intro yourself. Tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, I'm Nick Longo, and I run Longo Designs here in Los Angeles, and I teach at Cal State Northridge. Got a podcast or two. Excited about this weekend. I think you're a little bit busy.
I am, and I didn't want to jump straight into shameless promotion right at the beginning, but I guess we're going there. Y'all, this weekend we have something very, very exciting coming up. It is called Canceled Con. It is an online free creative event for us as a creative community to come together and celebrate the spirit of creativity in community. It starts tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific time, and then Sunday will be a Behance brunch, and we'll be right here on behance.net/live. Doing some hands-on workshops for you guys to learn and grow. And something that is very relevant to this show specifically is if you go to canceledcon.com and click on portfolio reviews, we have an amazing lineup of portfolio reviewers, including our friend Nick Longo.
Right here,
so we'll be
back.
doing portfolio reviews. Go apply for those right now, and we will give you a time and let you know when you will be scheduled. So we'll come back to that. It's actually a part of a presentation today, but CancelCon is happening. I want to see you there. Join a community, get connected, because we're so far apart right now. Let's get together.
Yeah, don't call it a comeback.
Yeah, right? Right. It's the best we can do right now, and we're just getting by with what we can.
Yep.
All right. So I want to give you guys a little information about how you can get involved outside of CanceledCon and find a great community here on Behance and with our Adobe students. You can go right here to bit.ly.
Sorry, did we do something wrong?
I forgot to scale my screen, and
you're
just huge, and I'm just like a little child. Go up here,
that's awesome.
bit.ly, to that link right there. Yes, that will take you to our Slack community for our Adobe students. You can get involved, you can get feedback on things you're working on, and just get involved, make some new friends there, and that will be a good place to hang out. So go ahead. Man, I got such the giggles out of that right now.
That's funny. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Yes, go ahead and check that link out, get involved. All right,
that is great.
Nick, can you tell us a little bit about what we're talking about today for our audiences just tuning in?
Today is kind of number 3 in a series, but it's kind of like this part 1 of a few things that we want to talk about. Boy, we're just all over the place with part 3 minus 7.
It's true. It's true.
But the knowledge and the info is going to be here today. We're going to talk about our favorite resources and tools to make sure you are looking at any potential freelance business that might have come your way over the last few months, and giving you some of those things that we use on a daily basis, or what we've learned over the years to kind of keep it flowing, to keep it going good, and to get better each time you work with a project.
Yes, absolutely. And yes, baby Andrew, can you please stay tiny? We'll plug that link again at the end, and I'll put on my tiny hands as well, and we can get a good screenshot out of that for
extra
you guys.
Creepy.
Yeah, I'll give you the GIF. All right, so let's hop into what we're talking about today. It's true, we are very all over the place with like part 3, part 1, part 2.
I know.
This is technically part 2 of a 3-part series, right? Kind of,
that could be,
so.
Because we're just going with what you asked us to do.
It's very true. We're here for you. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to push a button that I'm not sure is the right button. So everybody hold on to your seats. If weird stuff happens on screen, cool. So weird stuff happened on screen. Let me go ahead. I know. Let me go ahead and see if I can do this one other way. Yep, I see. This is what happens here on Office Hours: is we're prepared, we do the right thing, and then suddenly it explodes.
I'm curious to know if while we're waiting, has anybody picked up a freelance job over the last few weeks? Something different, new? Would love to hear about it, or even just send us a URL of what you've been working on. But love to hear what you guys are are working on.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
true. We had, and the screen that you guys saw when I pushed that button was actually the screen for Design in the Dark, which is another new
Oh
show
yes.
that's coming up on Monday. And Design on the Dark is basically, the concept is I will be art directing an artist, and I have the brief from the client, but the artist doesn't know the brief. But I can't see the artist's screen. And so we'll be using verbal communication to try to create a product for our client without knowing either the brief or what's being created.
Hey,
So
it might actually work.
it might actually work, and that's the goal. So that'll be happening Monday and Tuesday. It'll be a new reoccurring show, hopefully, if you guys like it, with myself and a slew of guests, probably including Nick. He'll probably be on there.
Awesome. Oh, somebody just won a logo design competition yesterday.
Heck yeah,
Thanks to all the
Girotima.
mentors. Awesome. Great to know that.
Girotima, yeah, and thanks for posting about CancelCon, Girotima. That's another thing that we're doing. We're doing a giveaway of a free year of Creative Cloud. We know that you guys love giveaways here on this stream, so we're doing a giveaway for a free year of Creative Cloud. You can go to cancelcon.com, download our assets, and just post anywhere on social media, #canceledcon, and you'll be entered. We'll announce the winner live on Saturday.
Excellent. Yeah,
There we
great.
go.
Oh, got
Partnered
another one.
with American Mental Wellness Association to design a children's book. Oh, that's
Awesome.
That's so
wow,
fun.
we'd love to see that. That is fantastic.
Oh yeah, send that to us. We'd love to see it.
What a cool little thing. Yeah, we'll plug it as well. Put it on all the grams.
Oh yeah, gram it. All right, let's hop in and talk about
Let's
Freelance
hop in
Part
here.
3,
Cool.
resources and tools.
All right, first one up. Are we on the Evernote design page?
We are that.
Just double checking. Now this one, guys, bookmark alert. I gotta tell you, this is probably whoever did this. I still have not found who did it, but if you go to evernote.design, it is a amazing list of pre-bookmarked things for designers. Everything from podcasts to UI UX resources to free icons, logo maker tools, mockup tools. Make this your own one and only bookmark, and you are set. There's everything in there. I tend to go to this thing first when there's something you need and you're like, okay, I need a font that's this or something like that, or I need a particular illustration. Is there something free as a resource? Amazing resource. Make sure you have booked up that. Yep. Thanks, Cody, for putting that on there. So again, someone's taken the time to do all this. I love it. It's just great.
Absolutely. And yeah, Cody, I didn't warn you before. There's going to be a lot of links today.
Yeah.
We're linking out to things. Nick is much more thorough in his linking, so I have not provided links. There are a couple of YouTube videos I'll link to that you can just Google and search and pick the first one that's there.
It's show notes in the
we'll do some show notes and post them up there, and we'll put this deck out there for you guys as well. I'll send it over to Lisa and we can get it to you in our Slack. Excellent. So that you guys can get access to that.
Cool. And there's other stuff in there too, even like ways to put together quotes and things like that, all these other resources. So a fantastic thing. Thank you, whoever put this together. This is my go-to almost every morning, is under consideration brand new. As a branding person, I'm a big fan of just seeing these brands and what's happening in our community, what other designers are doing, not so much what other people are saying. I know this becomes a place where debates and conversation happen over rebrands. I just go to it because it's probably one of the best places to see great case studies. And we always talk about how important it is to have great case studies. So when you see something new on here, you can really dive deep and see everything that design agency has done to make that rebrand. So if you're not following brand new under consideration, I think it's one of the best ones for us.
Absolutely.
As designers.
Have you ever had something go up on brand new?
No, not yet.
It's the most exciting and terrible thing
that's what I've heard.
We did a big rebrand for the church that I used to work at, and I woke up one morning and somebody's like, "You're on brand new," and I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Oh God, I'm going right back to bed.
Yes, exactly. And dude, like the comments, our whole team had such a blast just reading through the comments for like an entire day.
Oh wow,
dude. Man, it like blessed my heart.
That's great.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I've talked to a few people that had some pretty big ones on there, and it is kind of interesting. And that's why I'm kind of like, it's that whole idea of like, you can't judge a rebrand on day one. You got to judge them on year 3 and how did it do, right?
Yep, exactly.
So anyways, the next one here is another resource only because I use it, but it's actually free to anyone, is the FreshBooks blog section. It has everything to thrive as a small business. So it's telling us a lot right now about tips that we can do for loans, things that we can do under this situation, like the PPP loans and things like that. But then it might even have just great things about like how to talk to a client about late payments, or, your complete guide to getting reimbursed on time, or whatever it is. I love that people are taking the time to put this transparency information out there. For me, sometimes when I just browse through here, I find something I didn't even realize I needed to look for,
Yep.
So definitely take a look there. The next one as well is another free one for all of us called freelancersunion.org. Again, a free site. You can sign up for this with a free, just a free account under your email. But again, fantastic resources. They give you maybe even like template kind of invoices if you've never made an invoice before and you can't afford to use an online service. They give you some really good stuff, free good things. Look how fast Cody is catching up on those links.
There we go. Boom. Killing it.
Superstar. I love it.
This is the beginner round, though. We get to mine. There are no links on the screen, so we're going to step it up a little bit.
Next one. Okay, so LinkedIn for sure. I'd love to know if anybody's on LinkedIn. Put it in chat right now. All of you should know each other on LinkedIn. So go to LinkedIn, find your profile URL, and drop it into chat, because everybody's got to be connected to us, and connect with Andrew and I as well. We're both on there. You're on there.
I am. Oh yeah, I'm totally on LinkedIn.
Okay.
I pretty much only use it when I have something to promote, though. Like every time we do Cancel Con is my peak LinkedIn activity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm on there.
I love that. I love it because here's the secret. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever else you're posting your work, Behance, right? All these great sources. I feel sometimes we're just artists talking to other artists. But on LinkedIn, if you're looking for new business, or if you're looking to find that job, you better be on here all the time and posting at least once a day. There's some great stuff here. Promote your latest work. Always put your work there. You can do the carousels. You can do multi-post. You can do multimedia. Follow any client or company you want to work with or for, because you are more, chances are they will contact you or get you in their feed if you are following them. There's all these little LinkedIn hacks, right?
Yep.
And it also just increases your reach and your network. Look at everybody dropping their LinkedIns.
Yeah, drop the LinkedIns.
Yes, definitely find each other. It's a great way to have resources, particularly in other cities too. You don't think about that. It's good to know people in other parts of the country or the world just for particular reasons that might pop up. So LinkedIn is one of those things, man. If you're not using it, guys, every time you go to Instagram to post something, do the same thing on LinkedIn and just see what difference of a response you get.
I made a bunch of sticker badges at one point, playing on the idea of how parents put on their cars, my kid is an honor student or whatever.
Yes.
I did a play on those and made a bunch of stickers that were for kids that said my parent is a LinkedIn all-star.
That's a great one, dude.
Yeah, because I was like, it's the kid equivalent of having a bumper sticker to play off of the honor student thing.
That is so great. Well, I just dropped mine in there too, so put yours in as well, man.
Oh, yes.
Definitely connect with us. We'd love to hear from you guys. The next one too is if you have had some good freelance work or even a good prior employer, ask for referrals, and you can put them in LinkedIn. You can put them on your digital platforms. Get clients to sing your praises, because think about every time you go to buy something, the first thing you look for, reviews, referrals, right? Anything on Netflix, you kind of look to see if anybody's talking about it. If it's something you're buying, you want to see if someone's reviewed it. So get on there, make sure you're asking the right people, and you can control kind of your own commentary of what your reviews are by asking for it from people that really do care and you've worked with. Mm-hmm. This is that other one, and this is just golden rules now. This is something I'm sure you've all seen, but it makes so much more sense. And if you haven't seen it, it's this whole thing to live by. If you are taking on any freelance work, this fast, cheap, good thing is basically you can't have all three. So if a client's asking for you something tomorrow, cheap and really, really good, it's impossible, right? Yep. So when you get into that kind of predicament, give them this chart. It's all over the internet. Show them this and go, you only get two. Yep. So pick them, and I'll be more than happy to go along with them.
And I think that the thing that fits in the middle section is personal work. You can do personal work for all of those things 100%. Fast, good, and cheap. Just throw it together, do what you want, and you can do it as fast as you want, and you don't have to pay yourself. So that personal work fits in the middle, but clients don't get that space. It's reserved just for you.
Exactly. Next one up. Another important one, if you are definitely diving into freelance, is to really understand your finances and manage your money properly. I know it sounds like it's not the sexy thing to talk about when we talk about design and everything, but there's so many good resources. I know one of your your book resources in your recommendations really talks to this a lot. But if you make a budget and save money, these are those little things you should be doing while you're making money, because obviously you're gonna have to pay taxes too with anything you do over. I know in California, if you make any over $500 with one particular vendor or client, then it becomes taxable, and they can do a W-9 for you. So you just want to make sure you're saving money, and then consider, are you looking at 401ks and all those other stuff for the future? Because not a lot of jobs are promising those right now. So it's really in your hands to make sure you're looking at your finances and you're making sure you're good. My last one here is really just simple. Little things that you can do as you are working to work smart. Find those things that you can be more efficient in your flow, maybe even in your process. You know, you might find that, like, I don't know about you, but like I have an AI file that has every arrow, drop shadow, outline, pattern, whatever I've ever made.
Oh, wow.
And it's all in one AI file. So, and it's my master library, and I can just open it with a shortcut, grab 2 or 3 things that I need from it when I need it, and I'm not rebuilding it every single time.
Oh, wow.
So that's just a perfect, right? And you've already built them all. So just take the time to do that. Consider things that are automated. I know building building actions in Illustrator for something you do repetitively.
That's what I do, yeah.
Right? Have it in one click and make your own templates. You know, have your pitch deck done, have a comp deck done. All these different things that you find yourself remaking, just do it once and save it as a master, right? I love seeing, I think with you and Chris Porter the other day, he was showing some of his pitch things and how he has his templates all set, ready to go. And he's just changing type and dropping in everything, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Super smart.
That's what I do, especially with templates. If you don't know how, learn how to data merge in InDesign. Like, it saves me so much time. I can kick out thousands of images if I want in like 35 seconds. It's so easy. I'm working on a brand standards template that allows you to just use an Excel doc basically to flow your brand standards in.
That would be perfect.
Yes, which hopefully will be coming. Here's the reality. That's not coming for at least 2 months. So maybe if this show's still on the air and it launches, we'll celebrate. But let's not talk about it.
You're a little pre-booked right now, but
no,
hey, it's the thought that matters. That's a great idea.
It's true.
And don't forget too, if you do build something that's really, really good, one of these things that you can use your own, do like what you just said. Maybe someone else can use it and sell it on your site for a few bucks for a download.
Resources.
So, right? Passive income. Perfect.
Passive income's great.
You are on, dude.
So mine are much more like ethereal and emotional. When I'm talking about success, my success journey is I last year decided that I was going to give up on the idea of success and just try to be happy. Sorry, I have confetti stuck to my toe and it's driving me crazy. There we go. That's the most Andrew thing I possibly could say. So I decided to pursue the idea of happiness in my career, to see if I could capitalize on me and what I wanted to do, move into this more entertainment zone, which I get to do with you guys. So my advice to you is a lot of kind of, I don't know, emotional. Like so Nick is like the Tan France, right? Where he's giving you like actual advice that you can do. And I'm more like the Karamo, where I'm just like, I'm gonna make you feel great. So just know that that's happening. Okay, so my first recommendation, just do you, baby boo. This is a quote that I think is from, I think it was from Stranger Things. I was watching some TV show and I heard this quote and I was like, that's the greatest thing ever. So I made this graphic.
I just heard that too.
Yeah. And so I was just like, this is so great that it's okay to like things that other people don't like, or to disagree when someone's like, this is great. And you're like, I don't think so. It's just not for me. It doesn't mean you have to like fight about it or try to prove them wrong, but this is something going into your creative career. That's fine. You can publish work that people aren't going to like. You can go against design trends. You don't have to follow anything. You can do whatever you want, be whoever you want to be, and just create from you. There's a great quote from a musical, which is literally the next thing I'm going to show you, and this is why I recommend it because I quote it so much, is one of the characters says, there's nothing to say, and the other says, it hasn't been said by you. And that's the whole thing, is there are all these things that we've seen designed in graphics or whatever, but they haven't been made by you, and you are unique. So show us what you have to see in the world.
It was Stranger Things, dude.
Cool.
That was it.
So the second recommendation is Sunday in the Park with George. So this is a musical. It is on YouTube. Good luck, Cody. I believe if you search it, it is the first one there. And Sunday in the Park with George is a musical by Stephen Sondheim about George Seurat. He painted this painting of the pointillism, and it's all about his conflict as an artist with living his life and balancing his art, how he works through his process. To me as a creative, it's been super inspiring, and it has affected my work in a whole bunch of different ways. So I talk about it a lot when I do talks, and thought I would put it in here for you guys. If you need a little break, go watch Sunday in the Park with George. It's a really great musical. It's like an hour and a half, and be inspired, and hopefully investigate your own process.
Nice.
Next up, aquariums. I don't know why, but the first thing that I thought of when we were like, all right, we're talking about like tools, I was like, dude, I freaking love going to the aquarium. And I think that the point that I'm trying to make here is find something that is not in the creative industry that inspires you. Like, I could go sit in front of an aquarium for hours and just like rebuild my creative energy. There's something about it that just feels right to me.
Nice.
And so find that thing that isn't within the design realm, isn't a blog, something that just makes you like feel creative, even if it isn't, right?
Yeah.
When your parents are like, oh, the creatives, like find something that's that and be like, yeah, that's right, it is the creatives. Like, that's what's happening. So find that. And
he's at the aquarium again.
He's at the aquarium again.
I love it. Damn, if I had one closer, I would. Yeah, I know,
right?
That was a great.
Well, you live like by the ocean, kind of. Oh no, you don't.
Yeah,
okay.
you go.
So the next one, I don't know how many slides I have, guys.
No
Freelance and Business and Stuff. This is a book by Amy and Jen Hood. It's amazing. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really, really good. Helped me in my freelance career a lot. They have an online course now, which if you want a referral code, let me know. And it's just a great resource. So check that out. Definitely something to help me in my freelance career. And I think it will help you a lot as well.
Nice.
Okay, next one, make friends, not connections. You're wondering, why is there a giant F? Nick had cool like icons, and all I could think was SpongeBob when he's like, F is for friends who do stuff together. And so I was like, yeah, let's make friends. Invest in new and growing communities. Canceled Con is a great way to start that, which is where we're going next. And going to conferences in general when you can are a great way to start building new networks and new friends. When you need to withdraw from investing in that community, then you have equity built, right? When you need something from that community, you have the equity. I've been investing in friendships and growing these relationships over the last however many years, and that is able to, hey, I'm about to make a withdrawal from all of my friend group to put on Canceled Con and say, hey, I think that we have enough relational equity built in that I can take that withdrawal, take some of your time, and then reinvest it into community, right? It's like trading stocks with friendship. I don't know how to relate it, but yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
And don't just talk about design. Nick and I talk about like beer sometimes. We talk about his cooking all the time.
Man.
We talk about Vegas.
It's like, there's like, you're right. It's like, I think you find that like you might have like-minded things, but then it's even better to find people that have things that are totally different from you to find things that are new to discover. You
Absolutely.
Know? You can't talk about design all the time, even though it's, real
it's not worth it. And then community takes work, but it's worth it. It's something you have to really work at and grow. It doesn't just happen because it happens. You have to work at it. Yeah.
And you can't force it, I think is what you're trying to say too. It's like, you just find it works,
Yes.
Perfect.
And so resources, guys, this is a shameless plug. I don't care. Adobe's a sponsor, so they're fine. So, and this really is a great resource. Right now, one of the only resources that are in this like kind of conference zone that are so important in the real world to go get connected and make friends. We are having Canceled Con starting tomorrow and Sunday. This is our lineup. So we have a bunch of people from the creative community. Aaron Droplin's going to be there. Clark Orr. We got Voodoo Val, one of their familiar faces, Logan Farber. We have Miss Cookie Delight, who is a drag performer who will be talking to us about the art of drag and how creativity incorporates into that. My mom will be there. So it's going to be a really fun time, and make sure you join us. You can RSVP just at canceledcon.com. We talked about doing portfolio reviews. You can sign up for portfolios reviews. Great way to step up your career. Nick gives great feedback, and there's a lot of awesome people here. Mina, Mitch, Victor, and our friend Christine Arth, who I know you guys love. is going to be there giving feedback. So go apply and put on your best portfolios. And this is portfolios. So just know that I made that typo. You can send me a DM. I already have 100. I'll put it in the stack.
No, we're changing the name. It's portfolio.
Portfolios, yeah. And then again, if you post using hashtag CanceledCon on social media, you can go to CanceledCon, get our assets, get our brand standards, make something, and post it using the hashtag to win a free year of Creative Cloud. We'll announce the winner on Saturday.
Excellent.
All right, that's enough plugs and enough talk about recommendations.
We killed it. That was great.
That was great. I feel like we've had so much like lecturiness in this show, and today we're getting back.
We're back on.
We're back on. Yes. We are back on our game, which is giving feedback, and we are going to give feedback to portfolios. Portfolios. And today we have an eclectic mix of different things. We usually look at a lot of design, branding, logos. Today we're doing photo manipulations. We're doing 3D work. We're looking at illustration. So all kinds of weird stuff today. And by weird stuff, I mean just outside of our normal zone. This may not be something that you think like, oh, we're speaking directly to this person. We may be speaking to the general. So stick around and hopefully take some inspiration and get some feedback that you could start to apply to your portfolios. Yes, Brandon Dano got to redo a portfolio review last CanceledCon, and it was amazing. Yes, cool. Glad you got to be a part of it.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to start? Who do we want to start with? Do we want to start with Rishab, Thiago, or Aron?
Thiago.
All right, cool. Thiago.
Awesome. Perfect. Let's do this.
You have a very singable name, Thiago. All right, let's start with Fox Coffee and take a look at this.
Let's do that. Cool. So love the idea of showing a brand book. I don't think we've seen one this expansive. This was really great to see. And again, I think it's one of those things you should be quoting when you're doing a logo design. You're doing a brand book too. Yep. And this is going to be a really great example. So let's just scroll through and get an overall look. I think obviously feels very coffee. I think we're there.
It does. We got the burlaps. It's got all the right indexes giving us that information.
Exactly. You want to start with maybe just the logo and go there, and then we can work our way down.
Yeah,
How do you feel? How do you feel about the logo?
I actually really like what you're doing with the type and the mark. Like, I think that the pairing of the two, like the line weights and how you're kind of playing with that is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think doing the blue is throwing me off. I would leave that in brown. The brown stroke that you have on the fox face, I think would tie it together a little bit more.
Yeah, because you've already got a few. You got 1, 2, 3 colors, and then you're gonna add the blue. So yeah, and then you got the two different. You got those 2 shades of orange that are just slightly different. Like, my thought is if they're going to be that close, you just have one color, or you make them totally unique and different.
Yep. And this wouldn't work in one color.
That's a little tough.
It'd be tough. It'd be tough to do one color with this.
Or no fills, just monoline, you know?
Yes. Sorry.
That would look kind of cool. That would look kind of cool. I would say too, in your close up there on it looks like page 6 of the book there, I'm seeing a few little inconsistencies. If you're going to blow your logo up that big, make sure there's a few extra points. There's like that right-hand side does not go to the ear perfectly. There's like a little hiccup in there. So it's just, if you're going to show it this big and bold, man, make sure it is clean.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, the little nose right down here. I agree. I think this concept is so good though. That it is like the fox. It's the coffee cup with the steam coming off of it.
Yep.
Like it's a great mark. I would say maybe like it just needs to be refined a little bit, either like tightened up or explore that concept a little differently, because I love it. Like, I'd love to see maybe a handle on it, but maybe that would kill it.
Yeah, you're right.
I think exploring it a little bit, I like it a lot, but I don't like love it. And I don't think it reads right away, especially in the black and white. It doesn't read right away as the coffee cup with the steam.
What would you think about if he continued to outline the orange kind of tail in the same way he does the face? Like, if it just had the same dark, you see, and then some of those lines can truly continue. Like the inverted triangle line should go perfect right to the edge to where that theme starts.
I totally agree.
And I see that Thiago's in the chat with us. Glad you're here, man.
Hey, Thiago. Yeah. And Aron Visuals here, so we're doing his a little bit later today.
Yeah, for sure. So I would just be, and then what do you think about the font choice too? These fonts that are like half filled, half not.
S- So I like
What do you
it
think?
for I like it for the logo type.
Yeah,
Because and like I like it for the logo type because it kind of reflects what happens what's happening like in the actual mark. I don't know if I
yes,
would use it anywhere else. In some of the headlines that you have it, I wouldn't use it. But
yeah,
like the other type that you've done is like support type is really great. I mean, you
yes,
can't go wrong with Gotham and Avenir.
yeah,
I would not even put the Acier in the brand standards. Like, don't even talk about it. Just
yeah,
leave it as the thing. Oh, you see? Okay, so on page 14,
yes,
it has it on that wood. I love it
yeah.
here.
There it goes. There it works great. Yep.
Yeah, it works great. So I think it's just refining and making sure that it is like gonna work in every way, because there are places that it works really, really great, and then
Yes.
places where it's kind of like a little iffy.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think when you nailed it on this little tote bag that has all the feel and vibe of I think what I would expect the bag to look like from that place.
Yep.
That looks really good, you know. Again too, maybe just showing the I know, and I've done this, I'm guilty of this too, because I've told my students when they've done environment stuff, maybe customize these environment shots a little bit more with your brand,
Yes.
Diego. Like find a way to hide in that fox somewhere in the back on the wall or something, just to play off a little bit more that you know there's a little bit more going on here. I love your integrity of the mark page. That's always a fun one to
I
mess
love
with your
that
logo.
page. Yeah.
Those are always great.
It's funny
So,
because there are times
cool.
when I'll start doing that and be like, "Don't do this," and I look at it and I'm like, "Actually, that's kind of cool."
Yeah, maybe
like we
do this
shouldn't,
one.
but like it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and look at one more from him.
Sure.
Let's
You want
look
to pick
at
it?
Foodie.
The first one, you
The first one,
the
yes.
UX. Yes. All right. Cool. Nice. All right. Cool. So I feel when I first looked at this that we were a little all over the place with. I know you probably took an 8.5 by 11 multi-page thing and dropped it into here, and I'm getting that. Just make sure your first thing is a little bit more inviting than just the Foodie logo in this big old white space.
Yep.
You know, maybe a line or two right there should be like what you can summarize your overview in like 4 words, right? It's an online food blank or whatever it is, right? Just so we know right off the bat.
Yep, and even having
And I think
just a
that
little
would be helpful.
tagline underneath Foodie would help inform what it is.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about the logo? What can we give him as far as some advice there?
So I think looking at when you're doing competitive analysis, and Nick said this, and I'm kind of just going to steal it from him.
for it.
When you're doing competitive analysis, I think your logo it's like differentiated from the others, but it feels like it isn't like at the same level. And to me, it like almost reads Udai. The F isn't really like going through for me. And so I think that it could use just a little more personality. Like it feels almost like the like Supreme of like food something
with that slanted like Futura.
Yeah, but like to me, I don't know what it's communicating. It doesn't have like personality as much as I would want to me. And so maybe it is playing with that F, maybe doing some like different lettering, customizing the letters a little bit. There's something that could be done to give it a little more personality, because I think as we get into the case study, your research is amazing, the layout's amazing, like the colors are fun. I love that you have a storyboard. The storyboard's great.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then even going into your sketches and stuff, I think you could explore more sketches, just more concepts to give it more personality, because as we get into the app is really good, and the app has personality. It's fun. It's inviting. It feels refined, a little more like high class. And I think that the logo just feels too modern. So I would definitely go ahead and just kind of see what you can do to fix out that logo to explore some different options.
Yeah. I wanted to like even just having the Udi down so baselined kind of feels like it's just left there kind of not connected too well. And the reversed out F kind of gets a little bit weird when you reverse it on that one page where he has it reversed out in black. So I think it could be one of these easy fixes to get a little more of a personality based logo in there, and everything else you've got is really, 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 really well thought out, laid out really nicely. I love it. This is so much like incredible work to show off. I think it's great.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
great job. Way to go. And I believe that we're going completely international today. Thiago
Yeah.
is over in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And next up,
Nice.
we are going over to Rishab, who I believe is over in India.
India. Look
There we
at
go.
that.
Across the world.
Wow, man. That fast. It's
I know.
incredible.
I know. In a snap. Rishab is a digital artist and content creator. I love the experience, the unbelievable. Super fun. So let's hop in here and look at the origami animal series. So these are a lot of photo manipulations, and we don't give a lot of feedback on stuff like this. So we're gonna jump in and give some unique feedback.
Gosh, I just absolutely love it. I'm assuming, let's see, these were all done. I'm curious. I'm assuming they're digitally made or
Oh, I'm sure.
yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering too, did you build them? But no, these definitely have so much good texture and this looks great. I love seeing them solo on their own too. At the very, very bottom, looks beautiful. Really, really nice.
Oh my goodness.
Look how nice they look with just those common backgrounds too. Like it's
So,
really
yeah,
nice.
3D origami. So Jeremy Cool did the 3D origami stuff, and then he was doing the photo manipulations to put them into context and into the scenes, which is great.
Great. Picked great. I love the elephant one. Looks great. You got perfect kind of that sunlight coming through. It's a really great environment. They're definitely, to me, these feel like they could be contemporary, like book covers for stories. They really start a great conversation, which is really, really nice.
Yep. So
I love
my feedback for you is this is really great work, but I don't know how how you would sell it. But I could see this like being an ad campaign for like recycling to like save the environment. It could be an ad campaign for like Mohawk paper, or it could be something for something, and I want to see that. So I want to see this like in a magazine as an ad. I want you to put type on there. Like I could see this one at the bottom with the kangaroo that is like, ditch the paperwork and visit Australia. Like there's potential here for something much more that I think would be much more sellable for you to get clients with this kind of photo manipulation work. Showing how well you can do it, because it is like your edges are super clean, like the compositions are great. So I definitely would do either like movie poster, book cover, advertisement, put it in context for us so we can see how we would buy it.
Yeah, Carol was just mentioning the major paint company is, I think we said it was Sherman Williams that does the
that's right, yeah.
very similar idea with like the paper origami. Yeah, definitely has those vibes. Really, really nice. Do you want to take a look at one other one here?
Yeah, let's do experience the unbelievable, the surreal manipulations. I love photo manipulation stuff. It's so fun to just let your imagination run wild.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think? Let's see. All right, these look great.
Yeah.
So again, maybe just showing them. Are you doing these for yourself, or are these client jobs? I know you're in the chat. Let us know, because if it's something client driven, I think some of these, like you just said, Andrew, can be taken a little bit more into who used it, what did they do with it, and what kind of results did they get out of it, because that's going to get you the rehire over and over again.
Absolutely. Yep. And it is like, these are all good advertisements, and maybe find a friend that is a copywriter. Hop into our bit.ly. Oh, here, I promised that I would do the tiny hands. Let me move my bag of Takis that's in my desk to get to my tiny hands. Again, I don't know why that is the two things in my desk are makeup, Takis, and tiny hands. So my advice to you would be to go and find a copywriter to collaborate with by going to bit.ly/ up there, bit.ly/2XLRUFW, or do the link in the chat that someone is going to drop in there for you. Find a friend that is a copywriter that can help you maybe write some copy for these ads so they can be posters in subways. There's some great mock-ups on Adobe Stock for you to put these in subways in different places. I love the fudge that's dropping on the mountain. These concepts are so good that you need to show how you would sell the concept. I wonder too, like, did any of these show the making of it, like in a way where, Yes. So there is one at the bottom. Let me look. There we go. So you have a video at the bottom of like how you're doing your compositing. This is really, really great to show. But it is some are for clients, some mostly are personal work. Cool. So I would definitely add in copy ads, because yeah, showing your process is really, really great, but then making this into a magazine cover where it's, you know, travel magazine, and then showing the process of like the type going in at the top and then the things on the side. Yes, that would very much help kind of sell it as, I could see all of these as magazine covers, but I want to see the type on there. I want to see what the key stories are. I want to see all that stuff.
Yeah, in context, showing them with, again, in environments that engage with the human kind of connection too. Be great to see these things a little bit taken to that next level, because we're fine with everything we're seeing. Let's just see it at another level.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Very nice.
And nice. Jason, I'm late to the convo, but did homeboy get his cut his hair? Looking good, my man. I'm gonna take that as both of us, so that we both can feel good about that.
Okay, great.
Yeah, thank you, Jason, for referencing both of us together. What a blessing.
Love it. That's fantastic.
Cool. Do we want to look at? Actually,
one more here.
We need to move.
How are we doing on time?
Let's do one more. Let's look at space adventures.
Yes, love it. All right.
So good. Yeah, your applications on these are really, really great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And it's the concepts too. And if anything, I would put little captions on each of these that explain the concept. Because they are very visual and very engaging to like tell a story, but I want to know a little bit more about that story and what the concept is that you're chasing on these, because they're really great and they are very conceptual, but I want to know what that concept is.
The nice thing about it too is like a little caption block, maybe centered with like an italic in between each one, just helps break them up a bit. And you're right, does kind of give me a little more on the idea of what's the story behind it. What was the inspiration for it? I love the pirate ship one in space. That one's hilarious. That's like just so cool.
Yeah,
these are great. Riding around the Saturn ring again, like that could be an advertisement for something so simple, right?
Yep.
These are cool, dude. Really nice. More videos. This is good.
More videos. Yeah, the videos are great.
Cool.
So yeah, good job overall. I just want to see it in context. I want to see some more information. Great job though. All right, let's hop over to Aron Visuals.
Yeah.
Aron, I think, has submitted like literally every week since Office Hours started. And again, if you guys want to submit your portfolios for review, Office Hours is going on through August. So we we're getting season 3. I don't know how many seasons we have anymore. We're in
season 14, guys.
Yeah, season 14. Welcome back to the reunion special.
Exactly.
So we have been renewed, and we will keep doing this. So go ahead and submit your portfolios using hashtag Adobe Office Hours. We have our team that is scouring the internet for that hashtag to get your portfolios in here, and we are looking for new ones every single week. So let's go ahead. I'm working on 3D right now. Nice.
Excellent.
All right, cool. So let's hop in and give some feedback to Aron Visuals.
Very nice.
Where do we want to start?
I'd love for, if Aron, I know Aron's with us, give us a little take on what these are for, what you're making. Are you doing these all personal? Are you selling these? Are these client driven? Are they your own? Give us a little background on your art, because I think it would be really good to know that, going forward.
Yeah, a little context would be good here. And so I think let's hop into like a couple specific projects. Let's look at the Howling at Stars.
Yes. Howling Star one, the first
Howling
one?
Stars, yes.
There we go.
So this is what we were talking about a little bit with Rishab's, is having a little more of the explanation of the concept. A lot of personal artwork, but some clients in there as well.
Perfect. Great.
So I like that there is some explanation, that there's a little bit of context, a little story to help me as I look in this. It kind of just builds it to another zone. Yes. Of course, your toning's great. All that stuff is really, really awesome. It's super, super solid work with Photoshop. I don't see any edges. I don't see any tones that are off. Your like shadows are good. Your highlights are great. Your white balance is awesome. Everything's great. So it's really, really good work. I love that you show the before and after.
Oh, the slider's fantastic.
Fantastic. Yes.
One of my favorites. I love that kind of stuff. And I think too, that's a great thing to show anybody, that it will give someone that's a non-creative some idea of all the work that's going into it. Whereas they might look at it and be like, this is beautiful. I see stuff like this all the time, but he's smart in showing that there's a lot of work going into that. I think this is a great thing to show for sure.
Yep. Oh,
really
music,
cool.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Can't play music. Thanks.
Yeah.
Though. We don't want to get this is really, really great. So let's talk a little bit about looking at his page overall. Nick, what feedback do you have overall on his page?
I would say for the first one that we're in right now, this the Howling Stars.
Yes.
Or everything.
I would say just like this one, and then we'll move to everything.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this and going, my only comment would be typography. And I don't know if you consider yourself a graphic designer that can really pull and get the appropriate fonts and apply them greatly. I have this problem a lot too, where putting typography over things that are so heavily illustrated and finding that balance where it's not stark vector over the illustration. How do you get these to blend and really, really sing well together? So if it's something that you look like you've nailed the whole composite and the illustration side, if you have a friend or a colleague or something that can help and give you things that are a little more easily on the eye with the typography, I think you'll have like the perfect combination with everything you're showing here.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, showing the process. So I'm playing the video. I just turned the music out. Showing the video. It's really great to see your process, how you're kind of manipulating everything, putting it together. But I agree that even on some of the pieces, like looking on Beyond the Black.
Yes.
Over here, I think that it is something that the contrast between the stark vector and then some of this like awesome it just feels more real, kind of that you have like a real world mixed with the digital world, and it's hard to balance those for me. And so I would maybe again join the Slack, find somebody who has expertise in typography, putting things together, maybe turn these into, I could see this as a comic book cover. I could see it as series, as like a whole bunch of other things, and really sell it as those things. And again, I'd love to see a lot of this in context. Love the before and after of this one. Really, really cool to see. Even your edges, how clean your edges get, even on this tree, is so good.
Oh, I know.
But
super cool.
Yeah, I would put these in context and maybe work with someone to do layout that it is like, oh, it's the comic book cover, and then we have like a couple like panels inside or something. Yes, I agree. Rishab and Aron, you both deserve more follows. Totally agree. So does Thiago, everybody. Good for you too, my goodness. So I would say, definitely the level of the photo compositing to the level of like the typography, I think just doesn't balance for me. And I could do without the typography or incorporating it a little more
subtle.
Yeah, more subtle. And what I like to do is I will blur typography. If it is like vector like this, was very clean, I'll blur it by like 1 pixel just so it sits in a little bit more. And even it's sitting on top, you do a really great job at incorporating your tones and your white balances and a lot of the more like elemental effects that you're using. I would put some of those interacting with the typography. And that way it just ties it all in so it doesn't feel like the type is sitting on top. Definitely.
I love too when you scroll down to the very bottom, there's a whole other like very more ethereal look at the bottom few tiles of his Behance page. I like that there's some unique, really different ones there.
That's true.
That have a totally other vibe. And that's really, really cool. It's really neat to see, because sometimes I feel like, and not being an experienced illustrator, I can see that signature look in people immediately, but I love it when they surprise me with something that is like, whoa, oh, that's you too? Like that's your vibe? Like having that flexibility, particularly with clients, make sure you're showing that off. I might find a way to show these in maybe groupings a little. Maybe you have too many tiles. That could be, maybe that's the thing here, is like have maybe half of these and be a little more category based with your tiles first. Could be a way of kind of presenting yourself a little bit differently.
I was showing some of the portraiture that isn't as like surrealist heavy, because this portraiture of this guy with the light bulb helmet is really just a great portrait that's been retouched really, really well. And so even it's just like retouching and portraiture. Because I mean, there's a lot of details that you're doing here with the width of the width of the helmet there.
Oh, the helmet wasn't even actually on him,
Yeah, like
if you look at the before.
The high passes that you're using to pull everything together. Like the tones are really great. So I would just show a little bit more of what that kind of portraiture is and really showcase that.
Yeah, this is great. This is really, really something. I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think this would be fun to even, I mean, designers would pay to have their photo changed to this for all the profile pics, you know, so might hit you up a little later.
I know, right?
This is great.
He's in Macedonia, so we have gone completely worldwide all the way around.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Oh, there's at the very bottom, there's one called Alive, if you see that one. Bottom middle, towards the bottom there. I think there's also a way here to say, like, maybe even finding ways like this, to me, with the whole VR vibe and this guy wearing that and then seeing his reality around him, there might be something cool to say, what industries are you dying to get into that you haven't broken into yet, and doing those in those kind of industry vibes to find yourself new work into other areas, you know?
Yep.
Because a lot of times you got to show them that before you've actually done it. And this is a great example. I think that, God, you look at the before and after on this and you're like, man, this is great. I take shots like that all the time of people just outside, but look what you've done to it. You've turned it into this whole other thing.
Yeah,
so
put some logos on there, make them ads, put Logitech, put Oculus, put whatever on there, and put some logos on there, make them ads, put them in a magazine, and I think that will hopefully help you get you more work to show some of that kind of in application.
Yeah, and Aaron, I know you're still with us. If I'd love to tell the group here in a sentence or two how you've built your following, how you've built your IG following specifically. Everybody's always trying to kind of make sure they're being seen, getting their work out there. Did you do it, grassroots? Was there one big thing that really kind of got you to launch? Share a little bit. I'm sure people would love to know.
Yeah, and speaking of Nick,
yes,
where can people find you on Instagram?
It is Longo Designs on Instagram and Longo Designs Inc. on Twitter.
There we go.
How about you?
Longo Designs on Instagram. Oh, me? Little me. So you can
Where
follow
can
along again right here, Longo Designs. And over here, you're like just ahead of me with followers. Competition. I know. I'm over here at hoch.co, all letters, HOCHDOTCO. No punctuation there, just that on all social media. You can follow along. I'm pretty much just posting about Canceled Con right now, and then I'm not going to post for like another month. So if you want to follow me, you're going to get bombarded with stuff about Cancel Con, and then I'm going to disappear into the ether because I'll be sleeping. To finish us out, we have 3 more minutes, and I'm just going to tell you again a little bit about Canceled Con. I would love for you to see you guys there. And what I really want for this is, 1, submit your portfolios using hashtag Adobe Office Hours, and 2, to get that one-on-one time, I really want you guys to go over here to canceledcon.com, click on these portfolio reviews, and submit your portfolios. You can get one-on-one time with Nick, with myself, and you know what? I think, courtesy of our friends at Adobe Students, thanks Lisa,
yes.
We'll be giving away some Creative Cloud subscriptions to our favorite portfolios. So we'll have a little feature at the end of day 2 on Sunday, and we'll be giving away some Creative Cloud subscriptions to some of our favorite portfolios. So if you want to win that Creative Cloud subscription, you have to submit your portfolio. Go to cancelcon.com, submit that portfolio for reviews.
Let us know.
And then you also can download the assets right here and post something on social media using hashtag canceledcon, and that will enter you to win a Creative Cloud subscription as well. We were making it rain clouds, which is one of my favorite copywriting things I've ever done. I sent out an email this morning that said we're making it rain clouds, and I thought, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Great. So I will see you all on Saturday, tomorrow. And then I'll see you again Sunday, and then I'll see you again Monday for Design in the Dark, and then I'll see you again on Tuesday as well. I'm also mentoring next week. If you guys aren't tired of me by the end of this, I'm going to be disappointed. Is there a minimum amount of pieces? No, there is not at all.
No. For
We've
sure.
got 1 minute left, and here's what we're going to do with that minute. I want you all to put in chat what you want us to talk about. We are renewed for another season number 34. Who knows?
-6.
Yeah, and we want to know what you want us to talk about. So go ahead and put in chat for this last minute. Let us know what you want us to talk about, what do you want us to cover, and how we can give that information to you, impart our wisdom from our many, many years in the design industry.
Have we done enough with freelance? Do we got to go back to portfolios and laying out, finding the job, maybe the job search, the job hunt?
Yeah. Do we talk about in-house? Have you ever been in-house?
Oh yeah.
Oh, maybe we should do it. Maybe we should do an episode specifically for people that work in-house.
Yes.
Because I feel
Office
like I
hours
see a lot of
in-house.
stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like I see a lot of stuff that is like, oh man, it's for freelancers. And I worked in-house for 8 years. And so I was like, oh, I can't do a lot of this because I'm not freelance. We could talk about team dynamics and how to better serve your in-house teams that you're working with. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Visual arts, how to build a portfolio from scratch as a new designer. Excellent. Yeah, for sure. Case studies in UI UX, how to present it properly.
Yep.
Perfect.
I wonder if we could get I wonder if we could get, so Howard Penske did a XD masterclass right before this. I wonder if we could get Howard as like a guest on Office Hours, like a guest lecturer.
Yeah. I love the one that Danny wrote, working for nonprofits when they don't want to give you any art direction. Hallelujah.
Welcome to my freaking life. I worked at a nonprofit for 8 years and have continued to work with nonprofits as I have gone full-time freelance. So that's actually a really great option. And maybe we could bring on, I'm all about guest lectures now. Oh gosh, we're gonna get cut off. I need to stop talking.
All right.
Okay. I think you guys are great. I love you so much. I will see you at Canceled Con
see you this weekend
morning, and see you next week. Bye.
Later, guys. See ya. Excellent.